Hi, it's Chad Morris. In my last video blog, I talked about the issue of people who stop eating when they're no longer hungry and people who stop eating when they are full, and how waiting until you're actually full to stop eating can ensure that you're putting on a lot more weight than you want. And I got a great email question in response to that, basically asking, yeah, that's good. How do we do this? And the email's short, so I just want to read it because I think it's pretty good. It says, "Hey Chad, great video. For what it's worth, one thing I'm left wanting is more detail on how to distinguish between hunger satiation and fullness. That may sound weird, but it's like I can only barely get a sense of what the difference is, and I consider myself pretty internally aware. I guess I've been eating to fullness for so long that I don't know how to get in touch with the sensation that says, okay, right there, that's it, you are no longer hungry." Maybe others in your audience also have this difficulty and could benefit from some guidance on how to learn to sense this distinction. And even some practical tips on how to remember to make this distinction when sitting in front of a huge American meal while ravenously hungry. And then he signs his name. So I don't think that's a weird question at all. It's something I have a couple of interesting experiences with that I think are going to be helpful for me to share. Let me also say, if you're sitting there watching this video and you have some tips or ideas, please comment under this video, and that can help us to maybe put together some more information for all of us to be able to use. Now, my two stories that I want to share. One is a wacky fast that I did once, and another is about a 2-week trip to Italy that I took and what I learned from both of those. So I'm going to start with the fast. I was challenged by somebody to do a 36-hour fast. I'd never done this before, and it was not for a health purpose but for a mental kind of challenge. And so it's 36 hours from one evening, stop eating, go all through the next day, don't eat anything, and sleep through the next night all the way until the following morning. And only drink water, no calories at all. So while I was doing that, now my brain got a little bit wacky, but I noticed the world didn't end, I didn't die, nothing horrible happened, I just felt a little bit hungry. And as I was feeling hungry, I noticed, wow, I feel hungry. And this is different from what I think of as being hungry. Also, I noticed as hours and hours went on while I was feeling hungry and I was really committed to this, the world didn't end when I felt hungry. It's okay to feel hungry. And if I start to feel hungry, I don't have to eat right away. I've been going through life feeling like if I have the sense that I'm starting to get hungry, I need to eat right now, or something really bad's going to happen. I don't know what, but something bad's going to happen. And I learned through experience, nothing bad happened. I just felt hungry. That was okay. In fact, I could go hours and hours and hours after feeling hungry, and nothing bad was going to happen. So that's one story. My second story is about a year ago, I went to Italy for 2 weeks. This is the longest vacation I've taken in a long time, maybe ever. And it was a real vacation. I didn't check my email, I didn't stay in contact with people back here, with work, with family, just completely separated and enjoyed my time in Italy. And what happened was I noticed I got removed from all of my habits and patterns of daily life here, and all the things that could cause me stress and agony. And at the same time that was going on, I noticed I was suddenly eating a lot less food. Now, I wasn't trying to. I was eating whatever I wanted to, but it ended up being way less food than I would normally eat, and I wasn't hungry. I thought, that's fascinating. Here I am. I think I know the difference between when I'm stress eating and I'm not. But there were a lot of subtleties that were causing me to eat for reasons other than actually being hungry, or causing me to feel hungry when I wasn't in my daily life here versus when I was on that complete vacation. So coming back from that, I could compare, if I'm starting to feel hungry, like I need to eat, if I was in that situation in Italy, is that how I would have felt? Now, we can talk about the psychological reasons for feeling hungry. That gets into a lot of detail that I don't have time to discuss in this video, and I think it's a fascinating area, and I've learned a lot about it. But for purposes of this video, the two tips that I have are to first experience real hunger, and second, to experience getting away and removed from psychological triggers of false hunger. For experiencing real hunger, my tip is to do a fast. Doesn't need to be 36 hours, might be 24 hours, but really let yourself experience what it feels like to feel hungry, and the fact that the world doesn't end just because you feel hungry. And you can understand that intellectually, but it's not going to help you, at least it didn't help me, like actually having that experience to refer back to. And then in terms of getting away from psychological triggers, I think that's a lot tougher. Again, for me, it worked to have that 2-week vacation where I had absolute separation from daily life. I think if I had been connected on my iPhone and checking email, it might not have worked. Any connection to my normal life may have interfered with that. But maybe you can try that. It's tough to do, but I highly recommend it if you have the ability to do that. And I look forward to seeing what comments you have and tips you have on how to accomplish distinguishing between being full and being no longer hungry. So I'll talk to you again soon.